Shalom. I want to start off by saying Kal Halal Yamla, Yahweh, Basham, Yahushai, Basham Reka Kodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of Great Millstone for teaching us His truth and who rule well. Peace and citations unto the Akim that is spread around the four corners of the earth, spreading this word in sincerity and in truth. Shalom to the hopeful elect. I'm the brother Quarters of Zion from the GMS Harlem branch, coming back through the spirit and power of Yahweh Basham Yahushai with another lesson, with another video, and Lord willing, this video is edifying. In this video, I want to go into this article from Natural News, and it reads, Israel-Hamas conflict could escalate into World War III very quickly as Pentagon readies troops for deployment to the Middle East. And this is good news, basically, for us, the servants of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because we know the Middle East, that's where empires and kingdoms are being swallowed up and are being destroyed. You know, empires end in the Middle East. That's the graveyard for empires, man. And in the Middle East, that's where the Valley of Jehoshaphat is, and the Valley of Jehoshaphat, which is Yahweh Shabbat, is the Most High's judgment. Let's see if I spell it correctly. Bear with me for a second. This is Joel 3 verse 2. I will also gather all nations and will bring them down in the valley of Jehoshaphat and will plead with them for my people and for my heritage Israel, whom they have scattered among the nations and parted my land. Point blank period. You see, so the Most High, He is going to gather all nations, you see, the British, the English, the French, all these nations, which all I just called is basically one nation. It's Esau, the so-called white man, but you have all these other nations also, the Ishmaelites, the Moabites, the Ammonites, which is the Japanese, you know. So all these nations, the Elamites, the Most High is going to gather them in the valley of Jehoshaphat, which is in the Middle East, which is the Persian Gulf. You see? And that's where Yahweh Bashem Yahushai is going to plead with them. Because if you go into that word, Jehoshaphat, which in the Lashon Kodash is Yahweh Shabbat, means Yahweh has judged. And if you go into that word plead, which is Shabbat, is to judge. The Most High is going to judge them for what they did to the nation of Israel, which are the so-called blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans, and what they did to the land. They parted the land Israel, because that's our homeland. That's our land. But we have been scattered across the four corners of the earth, and they have polluted our land. You see? So the Most High is going to bring His fierce anger upon these people. Yeah, that's something that popped into my mind when I read it just now. So reading in the article, the Israel-Hamas conflict, which Hamas is a militant movement that has been deemed as a terrorist movement since approximately 2007. Conflict could escalate into World War III very quickly, with the U.S. Department of Defense readying U.S. troops U.S. troops for deployment. So that's also a scripture right there. Let's go to Revelation 11, verse 14. Because just like they said, the Israel-Hamas conflict could escalate in World War III very quickly. And this is what the scripture says. Revelation 11, verse 14. The second woe is past, which woe goes into destruction, which the world war was a destructive war, very destructive war. You know, all nations were hit with that war. So the Second World War, which is the second destruction, already passed, and behold, the third woe cometh quickly, which is the Third World War, the third destruction, you know, which is going to hit all the nations of the earth. Market Watch reported that the DoD has sent prepared to deploy orders to about 2,000 US troops. According to one official, the troops won't be assigned to Israel but could be sent to other countries in the Middle East. Another DoD official clarified that the soldiers will be engaging in support roles such as aiding medical teams and explosive ordnance teams and providing additional security at gate crossings. Yeah, that also makes me think about the scripture that says, a man shall want to go into a city but won't be able because you are going to have these checkpoints. That's going to be in the near future. But now, in this case of Israel and Hamas, you do have these checkpoints and these gate crossings where people have to be checked, their passport or what they want to do in the country. In an October 17 press release, DoD Deputy Press Security Sabrina Singh confirmed the prepare to deploy order issued by U.S. Defense Security Lloyd Austin. She added that the order increases DoD's ability to respond quickly to the evolving security environment in the Middle East. No decisions have been made to deploy any forces at this time, clarified Singh. The security will continue to assess our force posture and remain in close contact with allies and partners. Austin has also ordered the USS Gerald R. Ford Carrier Strike Group to stay in the eastern Mediterranean Sea while waiting for additional instructions. It was approaching the end of 6-month deployment to the U.S. European Command area when it was redirected to the Middle East to prevent attempts to broaden the war, according to officials. The orders came amid scores of Palestinians continuing to flee from the Gaza Strip ahead of Israeli ground invasion. Jerusalem's military action sought to eradicate Hamas in retaliation for the terrorist group October 7 attack at a music festival in Israel, which that is now being deemed as a false flag. The group killed 1,400 people, majority of whom were civilians in the incident. Yeah, man. So I'm not going to read the whole article. Let me jump here. The attack by Hamas, a militant group that has been named a terrorist organization by the U.S. This is just a reason for them to send in more U.S. troops in that area. If you don't see that, then yeah, man, then you are wearing then you're just blinded. Named a terrorist organization by the US and the European Union, initiated what immediately became the bloodiest war between Palestine and Israel since the 1973 Arab-Israeli War. So yeah, man, this is just all a facade. They are using smoke screens just to and deploy their troops in that area, man. And like the scripture says in Jeremiah 50, This is Jeremiah 50, verse 45. Therefore hear ye the counsel of Yahweh, that he had taken against Babylon and his purposes. And Babylon? Who's modern day Babylon? That's America, you know, because they adopted all the Babylonish gods and the Babylonish ways that he had proposed against the land of the Chaldeans. And the Chaldeans, who are the Chaldeans? The Chaldeans is the left-hand side priesthood back in the day, you know, in the time of the Babylonian Empire. And who is now the left-hand side priesthood? Those are the Illuminati, so-called Illuminati, you know, the DuPonts, the Gettys, the Rothschilds, the Bilderbergs, you know, the Oppenheimers, you know, those people, they are putting spells upon the people. They are programming the people. They are putting incantations on people, you know. They are the witches and warlocks, the high level witches and warlocks, you know, doing blood sacrifices and on major scales, you see. And it goes on to say, surely the least of the flock shall draw them out, which the least of the flock is Israel. That's why you have the Israel and Hamas conflict right now. So that's also a link with what we just read in the title, that World War III is pending. The Most High said the least of the flock is going to draw them out. Israel is going to draw them out, you know, which Israel is the land that is now being occupied by the chief, the chief tribe of the nation of Edom, the so-called white man, the so-called Jewish people. But we know that they're not the real Jews, because the word Jew comes from Judah, is short for Judah, and Judah is one of the 12 tribes, you know. But Judah was the head tribe of the whole nation. So that's why they claim to be those people, but they don't have. If you have the spiritual eye self that the Most High gave you, you will see that that's a lie, man. These people have been put there through the Balfour Declaration that has been established on the 14th of May. So going back, surely he shall make their habitation desolate with them. So the Most High, he's going to destroy America, and he's going to destroy and purge Israel also for all the filth that is being done there. You see? But what they are doing now, deploying soldiers to that place, Middle East, that's all for naught, man. Because why? This is what the scripture says. Isaiah 9, verse 5. For every battle of the warrior is with confused noise and garments rolled in blood, but this shall be with burning and fuel of fire. Gone. So every battle is with confused noise. You hear swords hitting each other, you know. You hear people screaming. You hear the galloping of horses. You hear screaming. You hear attacks. You see garments that are with blood, you know, from the stabbing and the fighting. But this war, the Third World War, is going to be with a burning and a fuel of fire. And who's going to be the fuel for the fire? The people. You see? The nuclear missiles are going to consume these people as fuel. You see? So what they are doing now, bringing soldiers there, we know that that's not the end-all, be-all. We know that that's not the end phase. People now are, you know, going out of their mind like, hey, we are living in World War III. But we know the servants, the prophets, and the ones that are in the know, you know, that this is not the end yet, because still a couple of major prophecies still have to come to pass. The sea hip has to become mandatory. You know, Jacob's trouble needs to hit. You see? So there are still a couple of things that need to come to pass before the nuclear missiles are going to be dropped. This is Isaiah 5. Verse 26. give it a different color. And he will lift up an enzyme to the nations from far, and will hiss unto them from the end of the earth, and behold, they shall come with speed swiftly. So that enzyme that the Most High is going to lift up are these nuclear missiles against these nations, you know, because these nuclear missiles, they're going to come from afar off. They're going to travel from Russia, you know, and all these places that they're going to be launched, because all these other nations are also going to launch missiles to America, but they're going to come from afar off, and they shall come with speed. You see, these hypersonic missiles that they have developed, that these scientists have developed. That's why the Most High said He has created the what was it? The waster to destroy, and the one that blows the coals. Let me see. Let me not butcher the scripture. Waster. Yeah, Isaiah 54 verse 16. Behold, I have created a smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work, and I have created a waster to destroy, which the modern day smith is the scientists. And what did they create? They created the hypersonic missiles. So that's what's going to come with speed swiftly to drop on America, you know, for them trying to meddle with all these people, their businesses, you know, making decrees, unrighteous decrees, and making contracts, and what's that name again? Treaties, which they themselves also don't keep, you know, which they themselves also break. Going to verse 27. None shall be weary nor stumble among them, none shall slumber nor sleep, neither shall the girdle of their loins be loosed, nor the latchet of their shoes be broken. Yeah, man. None of them is going to trip and fall or oversleep or come late for this war, because why? These are inanimate objects. Just one press of the button and they just go. They execute what they have to execute. You see? And they're going to be snatched out of the control of these nations, their hand, and the Most High is going to control them. His Spirit is going to guide all these missiles, and they're not going to sleep and slumber. They're going to hit what they're supposed to hit. You see? Like we just read, fuel of fire. It's not going to be with soldiers that are going to forget to tie their laces and forget to wear their trousers and stuff like that. No, man, it's going to be fought with inanimate objects, which are these nuclear missiles. Verse 28, whose arrows are sharp, and all their bows bent, their horses' hoofs shall be counted like flint, and their wheels like whirlwind. Yeah, man, so that's why the scripture also says that you see them that are upon the horses. Revelations 9 speaks about them. These missiles, when they fly in the air, you know, they leave a trail behind, and it looks like a horse that is running in the desert. You see? So the prophets, they describe these missiles the best they could, to the best of their abilities, through the things that they know, that they see. Arrows, horses in the air, you know, spears, glittering spears. That's the technology from then. But now, we being in the future, we see through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shem Yahushai and the breaking down of the elders and apostles of Great Millstone what these things truly are. Verse 29, their roaring shall be like a lion. They shall roar like young lions. Yea, they shall roar and lay hold of the prey, and shall carry it away safe, and none shall deliver it. Yeah, man. These missiles, they are going to roar like lions. When they hit, you know, there's going to be a great roaring, a great sound, a great shaking. You see? when these missiles hit, it's going to bring a destructive and disturbing noise. You see, just like lions, when you hear a lion roar, you get shook, you know, you get shaken to your core. And that's how these missiles, when they are going to drop, they are going to roar also. People are going to be uh, in pangs. Strong men are going to be in pangs. Verse 30, and in that day they shall roar against them like the roaring of the sea, and if one look unto the land, behold, darkness and sorrow, and the light is darkened in the heavens thereof. Yeah, because when these missiles hit and you look where it hit and you look to the sky, you see that mushroom cloud, you know, which is fire and clouds and darkness mingled with light. So it's going to be chaos and confusion in the air. You know, it's going to be, you're not going to know if it's going to be day or night, you know. It's going to be fire mingled with smoke, light mingled with darkness. See? But these missiles, they're going to be like roaring lions, man. And they are going to roar and they are going to hit what they have to hit, which is America and Israel, to lay those places waste. Revelation 9. Verse 16, and the number of the army of the horsemen were 200,000, and I heard the number of them. So the missiles that are going to drop, that are going to be shot at America, are going to be 200,000, which is 200 million missiles. See, so that place is going to be laid waste. And thus I saw the horses in the vision, and them that sat on them, like we just read in Isaiah 5, the horses. They are going to sit upon horses, and the horses are the missiles, which the prophets described to the best of their abilities. And them that sat on them having breastplates of fire and jacinth and brimstone, and the heads of the horses were as heads of lions. See, comparing the missiles to lions again. And out of their mouth issued fire and smoke and brimstone. So what lion is issuing smoke and fire out of their mouth? You see, no, it's figuratively speaking. So that's why it was a figure of speech, let me say it like that. So it's speaking about the missiles, that when they drop, they are going to drop fire and smoke and brimstone. By these three was a third part of man killed by the fire and by the smoke and by the brimstone which issued out of their mouth, out of the mouth of the lion, out of the mouth of the missiles, intercontinental ballistic missiles. And the third part of men, which is the wicked, because you have the sons of God, you have the sons of man, and you have the sons of the wicked. So the sons of the wicked, the men, those people are going to be destroyed by the fire, and everybody that was joined onto them. You know, even the people of our nation that joined themselves onto the wicked, that looked for the wicked for help, they are going to be destroyed. For their power is in their mouth and in their tails, for their tails were like unto serpents and had heads, and with them they do hurt. God. So the power was in their tails, because you have this rocket that has to propel the warhead, because in the warhead, that's where these missiles are. You know, that's going to be those 200,000 missiles that are going to drop upon America, and they do hurt. You see, so these lions, which are the missiles, they are going to roar, and they are going to snatch up their prey, which their prey is America, Babylon the Great. So yeah, man. With that, I hope this video is edifying, and I want to say Kal Halal Yamla Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahushai Ba'Shem Rekah Kodash Shalom Akim.